Welcome back, friends. Tonight's story is called Ocean Adventure, and it is a story continued from Frozen. Let's begin. Anna and Elsa were on a ship. They were on a trip to visit other kingdoms. Queen Elsa, the captain said, "We won't make it to our first stop in time. There's no wind and the water is too still." "Don't worry," Elsa replied, smiling. She made an icy wind to push them along. "Away we go," Anna shouted as the wind took the wheel. She wanted to help too. Soon they were at their first stop. It was the kingdom of Zaria. "Hello, Queen Elsa and Princess Anna," said King Stavor. "We are so happy to see you," said Queen Renalia. "You are just in time for lunch." The sisters went with the king and queen to the great hall, where there was a feast. Anna and Elsa had fun trying new food. "Try a cake," said Queen Renalia. "Yum," Anna said. "This tastes great." Then the king and queen took the sisters to see the royal gardens of Zaria. Anna was happy to stretch her legs after the long trip. Elsa saw a flower that looked just like Olaf. And there it is. Then it was time for dinner and a party. "Elsa, can you show us your magic?" asked Renalia. "I've heard you can do incredible things." But Elsa felt too shy. She smiled and shook her head. "Not now. Let's join in the dancing. It looks fun," she said. The band had started to play music, and Anna loved it. The next stop of Anna and Elsa's trip was the kingdom of Chatho. The sisters met Chatho's ruler, Queen Kalissa, at the port. "Thank you for having us," Elsa said. "No need to thank me," the queen said. "I am very happy to see you both." Kalissa took Anna and Elsa for a picnic in the forest. On the way back to the palace, they saw some cute furry animals. Anna loved them. "Why, hello there," she said, waving. Next, the queen took Anna and Elsa to a gallery. Chatho was famous for its art and relics. "These things are beautiful," Elsa said, amazed. "I'm glad you think so," said Queen Kalissa. "Can you make an object out of ice?" "I will keep it here in the gallery." She pointed to a block of ice on the stand. Elsa knew that the queen wanted her to use her magic. But just like in Zaria, she felt too shy. Anna saw that Elsa did not want to make an ice object. She came over to help. "I can make it. I love ice carving," she said. The next day, they got back to the ship. After they had waved goodbye to Queen Kalissa, Elsa called up a small snowstorm to blow them to the next port. "Why don't you want to show anyone your powers?" Anna asked. "I don't know," Elsa replied. "It just makes me feel nervous." Anna smiled. That's silly. You can do so many things. She took some snow that had fallen from the storm and put it on her face. How about you give me a new look? Elsa grinned. Her sister had made her feel better. Soon they came up to the next port. It was their last stop, the kingdom of Vecreda. The sun was very hot, and the streets were quiet. Anna and Elsa looked around, and then they saw someone. It was the Duke of Weselton. He was far from home. The sisters had not expected to see him. What are you doing here? Anna asked him. I'm visiting family, said the Duke. But if I were you, I would turn my ship around and go back home. The sisters looked at each other in surprise. Vecreda is having the hottest summer in years, the Duke huffled. As the sisters followed the Duke into town, they saw more people. They all looked tired and sweaty. No one felt like working or playing. Wow, you're right. That sun is very hot, said Anna to the Duke. She turned to Elsa. Maybe we should go home. What do you think? But Elsa did not want to go home yet. This time, she did not feel shy at all. She knew that she had to help the people of Vecreda cool down. Just like she had on the ship, Elsa made small snow clouds. When snow started to fall, all the people cheered. It's working, the Duke cried in surprise. It's cooling down. He went into one of the houses and came out with a jug of lemonade. Great idea, said Anna. Elsa made frosty mugs out of ice, and Anna and the Duke passed around the lemonade. Soon, Vecreda was covered in snow. Anna found some wooden planks. She gave one to Elsa. Race you to the bottom, she shouted as she sped down a snowy slope. Elsa was not far behind. In no time at all, the town was full of people enjoying the frosty fun. The next day, Anna and Elsa got on the ship back to Arendelle. They waved as they left the port. Have a safe trip, a woman called out to them. Come back soon, added a man. We will, the sisters promised. Elsa called up one more magical flurry to help speed up their ship home. Did you have a good trip? Anna asked her sister. I did, Elsa said. It was the best trip ever. That is, until the next one. That is the end of the story. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!